One, two, one, two. Hello, guys. How are you today? Hello, guys. How are you today? Another topic I want to talk about is what is toxic in today's society. So I give an example. I work in a chemical plant, and then it's like, yeah, it's toxic, and people there, they explain to me, yeah, well, it's toxic, but from the tests we are doing, it doesn't have much effect on people, human body, and yeah, so it can be toxic a little bit. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I worked there a while, and I see, yeah, it's toxic, but every day. So if I go see those people, they'd be like, yeah, it's fine. It's we did some tests, and then from the studies and stuff like that, it's toxic, but it's not gonna affect you like that much. I didn't like this answer, so I even if this statement is true for them, because they did a study for like the building, the plan, because it's toxic, but it's no big deal. But I'm like to myself, yeah, but it's like the wave in around us. You know the cell signal for the internet. So well, it's toxic, but well, it's not a big deal. So okay, so what about every electricity in the house? So well, yeah, it's toxic, but it's no big deal. So yeah, what about plastic? You know, everywhere and the container, the everywhere we go, you know, in the in the water and stuff like that. People they all be like, yeah, it's toxic, but just a little bit. It's not a big deal. It's gonna affect you, but not that much. Okay. So what about the air pollution and the the car and everything that's like the smoke all the time, the smog in the big city. The people will be like, yeah, it's toxic, but well, not that much. It's no big deal. Okay. So what about the weapon in war? You know, when there's a they try a nuke somewhere in the desert. So what about that? Well, what's happened? It's that it's boom, and all the radiation, they all go like all over the place. They stay there and they go back on the planet. And oh, well, yeah, it's no big deal. It's just a little bit. It doesn't affect us much. Okay, so what about the toxic people? When they yell at you, they have bad energy, and then, well, yeah, you got to be strong. You got to get over that. It's no big deal. Okay. So what about the chemical in the food? Well, yeah, we know, but we did studies, and you can take it. You know, it's a little bit, but it's no big deal. Okay. So what about in the meat? You know, everything they feed the animal, everything they inject. Yeah, yeah, there's a little bit, but it's no big deal. Okay. So what about in the water? You know, what's the stuff in the water? Does it affect us? Is it toxic? Yeah, it's toxic a little bit, but no big deal. Okay. So what about the pavement? What about the junkyard? What about the waste that we put in the ocean? And what about, well, yeah, it affects us, but yeah, just a little bit. It's no big deal. And then I take all these elements, and I it's sure that I didn't make a list of everything. But fast, I can see that, well, yeah, you did a study on one thing and it's no big deal. But what when you take everything and then you put them together and then you take a human and leave these people in that kind of environment? So yeah, at the end, it's like no big deal, no big deal, no big deal, no big deal, no big deal. Although yeah, it's fine. I don't think it's fine, because they all do studies for like one thing, and it affects us, but just a little bit. But when you take everything and you put that like on life on Earth, I think it's a big deal. So why I'm talking about that? Because knowing that you can kind of find the ways to protect you and your loved one uh, from some of this toxic chemical energy, always like not so good for you and your kid and your family and people around you. Just knowing it, because it's go far. It's like, well, the news on your phone on the TV. Well, yeah, it's affected. No big deal. So okay, but what with the plane and everything you see? Well, maybe it's no big deal, but at the end, I think it's a big deal. So one way I find for myself to try and cope with that is like less screen time. Um, go in the nature when I can. Try to exercise, to make up a little bit with all that toxic stuff. And meditation is a very good way to cope with the stress. And in another podcast, I will explain what it does to me to have that practice. The other thing is, if you eat like a lot of veggie and good food and try to stay healthy and move and have that approach, it's like it's not perfect, but just my opinion, it's remove some of the toxicity and it help you like if something bad happen in your life, it can help you like get through easier, so you're not all fucked up when you you get through like the big stuff that happened to you in life. It gives you like, yeah, it was bad, but it didn't finish me off like right there. So yeah, we live in a toxic world, and there's a lot of bad stuff I see. One thing I want to share is a good life hack you can have with technology. Say, for you or anyone, any member of your family, a good idea is like you have a very cheap phone, cell phone with you, and you can put all the stuff that you don't want, because you can take a phone like with junk email, every social media, everything you want to search. I call it a junk phone for like very cheap. And I put all my stuff on the junk phone that I don't want on my main, clean, working, calling phone for business, family. So that's a good life hack. When you don't want any junk, you just take the phone, you turn it off, and you put it in a box, and then you have a piece, all the junk at the same place on the junk phone. So when just working like that, you will see it's build a picture of, yeah, it's working. And then from there, you can do like something else, and you can eat like, you can protect yourself like slowly from that, from the stuff you don't want and that's not good for you and your family. So yeah, that's the point wanted to make today. Thanks for being with me. I'm just happy if like somebody, if I can help like one person, I make 30 video, and if I can just help one person, I will be happy. So yes, thanks for being here. Thanks.